First one in, guys. Talk about consistency. First one in every day.
What's up, guys? In this video, I really thought we would discuss focusing on being consistent and why it's important. So consistency is super important because every single day when you're consistent with something, it's going to be built into your routine. It's super important that we can put this into our arsenal. Being consistent is super critical for success. And when putting effort into being consistent, you're going to get huge results because consistency is more important than perfection. When you're consistent with something, you are building it into your life, right? Even if it's small increments, you're going to be building it into your life. So that's why we need to focus on the consistency and stop worrying about what everyone else is doing, right? We need to stop worrying what everyone else is doing and just focus on what we need to do. This is going to be so important. Stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and just focus on what you need to do. This is where you're going to get the most results. This is where you're going to benefit the most, because when you're comparing yourself to other people, there's no comparison. Everyone's different, right? Everyone's smart in their own way. Everyone's special in their own way. So you can't be comparing yourself to other people. And another thing is we want to make sure we're staying as positive as possible at all times, especially in today's world where everything's so negative and serious. We want to be lighthearted and not so intense, right? We want to enjoy life. So let's make sure that we're always taking care of ourselves and being as positive as possible. I like to use something we call offensive positivity, right? I learned this from Will Smith. You don't want to be on the defense with your positivity. You want to be on the offense with your positivity. So if someone comes and knocks you down, you're still going to be super positive, regardless of their negativity. And this is going to be so crucial because when you're able to stay positive, no matter who says shit to you or who is negative towards you, remaining positive is super key. Let's just make sure we're staying as positive as possible at all times. We're going to have to consciously remind ourselves to stay positive. It doesn't just happen. You got to train your brain to be as positive as possible. This world is so negative. Everything, like the media, that's why I try not to watch the news, because it's so negative, 24/7, constantly negative, trying to scare you. That's why I recommend don't watch the news, okay? Don't watch that shit. Yeah, so let's start thinking about being on the offense with our positivity. I just want to talk about how starting off your day positive is so important. If you get up and the first thing you do is check your phone and go on Instagram, probability that you're going to have a shitty morning is almost 100%, because the first thing you should be doing is focusing on yourself, not picking up your phone and checking your emails and checking your Instagram, right? I really think it's important that we just start focusing on ourselves in the morning and remember to leave technology for later. A lot of us grab our phones first thing in the morning and we check our notifications, we check our social media, and that's not what we should be doing. We should be getting up, taking time for our mind to settle, and this is when you're going to be a lot happier, because when you're able to start your day off right, start your day off more positive, you're going to get massive results because you're not starting your day off negative and pessimistic. You're starting it off positive and optimistic. And a lot of people don't get this concept, but it's a really important concept on social media or other stuff on social media, right? All this external validation, those things don't really make you happy, because you need to find happiness from within, not from other people. And I really want you guys to focus on this concept of finding happiness from within and not from external validation, not from external sources, from within. Starting your morning off right is essential. And it's going to be one of the smartest things you can do, not checking your phone in the morning when you wake up. I do it sometimes still, but I'm trying not to. The first thing you should be doing in the morning is taking care of your body and mind, not going on Instagram and checking your notifications, right? Focus on the consistency, guys. Okay, focus on building small habits into your life, incremental steps, and you're going to end up building something great because you're incorporating this routine into your life, this consistency into your life, and this is going to bring massive results. Remember, there's always going to be people who are doubters, okay, who are going to doubt you, and you need to make sure you prove them wrong. Stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and worry about what you need to take care of. And another thing, stop focusing so much on women. Focus on ourselves. That's the best thing we need to do. Is focus on ourselves and our mission at all times. That's going to be super crucial to your success, guys. If you're able to focus on yourself and not women. Put yourself first, not women. When you put women first, you will most likely get dragged through the dirt and taken for granted. So I just want to make that point clear because a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to put her first and I'm going to make her my whole fucking life. That's not the way to do it, guys. And they say they want a guy that does that, but they don't actually want a guy that isn't focused on himself and is focused on her 100% 24/7, 365. So just some food for thought. Let's remember to be grateful for the little things. Let's remember to remind ourselves what we're grateful for consistently. So we aren't taking things for granted like women take guys for granted all the time. When you give them 100%, you need to be giving yourself 100%, not women. And the minute you realize that, you're going to get massive success, massive results because you're taking care of yourself and you're putting yourself first. And the women love that. They love when a guy puts themselves first and not them. They think they want to be put first. That's not actually what they want. They want the man to put himself first and not her, not make his whole life revolve around her. They want him to have his own life and do his own thing, not be a part of her life, not be like her whole life and make her his whole life. He needs to be focused on himself. You need to be focused on yourself, putting in 100% to you, not giving 100% to her. I've done it. I've given 100% to a girl and I was dragged through the dirt, treated terrible. So give yourself 100%, not women, and focus on chasing excellence and chasing your goals, then achieving your goals. This is going to be huge. And I also wanted to discuss another thing, taking time to feed your mind every day. Now, this could be reading a book for 20 to 30 minutes, taking 20 to 30 minutes just to relax and think, just have some quiet time. This is crucial because when you're able to do this, you're able to process your thoughts, take care of your mind, and not be so, like your brain not be so clouded, right? When you're able to take care of your mind and your body first thing, you're able to take care of yourself. And when you're not focused on women 100% and you're focused on you, these are going to help you so much. You're going to be so much more happier because you're taking care of yourself and you're not focused on all these women and what they're doing.
Gentlemen, consistency is a huge part of success. And I'm going to tell you why. Consistency is a huge part of the process, right? Okay, just like how Steph Curry and the Warriors, the one year they go like 73 wins or whatever. They got like all these wins, right? And 9 losses. They had to be doing something right? They were consistently working out every single day. They had the best team and they were literally consistently on point every game. Yes, they lost like 9 games, but listen, they put in work so fucking hard. They put in so much consistent work and effort that their effort was rewarded. It was rewarded because they ended up they got to the NBA Finals. They didn't win because LeBron took them out, but their consistent effort, constantly grinding day after day, they were able to reach astronomical heights, right? So this concept of consistency is so much more important than we think. When you're consistent with something, you're building it into you, right? You're using the process, being consistent with the process, and you end up building that consistency and it builds into you. You end up growing in the process. So consistency is huge. And anyone who says it's not that important is wrong because it's one of the main building blocks of success. You don't hear about any people who became complacent and then they got successful. You don't get to success in those huge heights like the Warriors did, the Golden State Warriors, without being consistent and going in day after day, growing every single day. Because you got to get better every single day than the day before. When you're going in, grinding every single day, even when you don't feel like it, okay? Even when there's better things to do. You could be hanging out with family. You could be doing other things, but you're grinding and you choose to focus on your growth and improving every single day. You're going to have such extraordinary results. Extraordinary results. A lot of people don't realize how important consistency is. I used to not realize how important it is until one of my friends told me, like, consistency is one of the most important things. You know, a lot of us think all these stars and stuff, they got there like overnight and it just happened like that. No, they were consistently putting in effort, right? And they got somewhere with that effort. Because when you're growing every single day, trying to get better every single day than the day before, you're growing and you keep growing, right? That's why every single day is new for me. And I'm trying to get better than the day before, because when you're growing consistently, you are literally going to be reaching astronomical heights. And another thing, we can't be out here chasing external validation. We can't be out here chasing everybody's approval. That is a recipe for disaster. And when you stop chasing everybody else's approval and start chasing your own approval and start self-validating, that's when you're going to get results. Like, what I mean by external validation is literally living on Instagram and your whole day is centered around someone liking your Instagram photo, right? And then you're so like relieved by that like, but it literally is not even that important. It's just really like a waste of your time, a waste of your energy, because you think that's more important than it is someone else's approval. External validation and other people's approval doesn't mean jack shit. The only thing that matters is your approval, your self-validation. This is how women function. They are always looking for external validation from guys. Validation that's not within them. Validation from external sources like a guy, social media. She posts like a dirty picture of her bending over or doing squats, right? These girls are all looking for this like external validation. And this is women. Sex, guys, is validation. When you give away your attention freely to women, they're going to take you for granted 100%. Women know, like, all these guys are giving away their attention freely. So women think men's attention nowadays is completely worthless. So the only way you can show that they're wrong is by not giving away your attention so freely. We have to be selective on what we give our attention to. Just like in my previous video, we have to make sure we're putting our attention towards things that actually help us get better every single day. Not trying to make a girl feel better, right? Trying to, oh, maybe if I give her some of my attention, she'll like me. Oh my God. Or, you know what I mean? Like, some guys are like trying so hard to get the girl to like you. And if you're trying that hard and she's still dragging you through the dirt, taking you for granted, do you really think do you really think her approval is going to really matter that much? If she's able to just drag you through the dirt and take you for granted multiple times, that is women. That's their sex, okay? Attention is women's sex. And when you give away your attention freely, they are going to just be like, okay, who else? What about you? What about you? That's how women function. Once they got your attention and they know they've got you, they're going to just keep looking for more options, I guess. And that's like what they do. And it's really preposterous. Like, we need to be selective on what we give our attention to, because we have to be putting it towards things that actually matter and help us get better. Not just make a girl feel better because you're calling her pretty on Instagram or commenting on her photos on Twitter or Instagram and just giving her compliment after compliment, expecting her to be like, oh, he gave me his approval. Oh, come here, get in bed right next to me. That you said I was pretty. I'm going to take off my pants right now. No, that's not how women function. They're so much smarter than that. They've got hundreds of guys in their social media, 35 on each platform, hitting them up, trying to get in their pants. Okay, so be different. Don't be giving your attention away so freely. If the girl wants you, she will make time for you. That's a fact. If the girl wants to spend time with you, she will make time for you. Do not chase women. She will chase you if you're worth it. If she likes you, she will chase you. And if the girl thinks you're special enough, she will chase you. You can't be out here chasing women. What happens when you chase something? It runs away. Women are like cats. When you chase it, it's gonna run away. But if you just chill and do your own thing, they're gonna come to you. And it might not be the 11 out of 10 girl that's at your gym that everybody wants, right? Maybe it's a girl that you just have a really great connection with. She's pretty too. She's like an 8. Maybe you have the problem like, oh, I only need the best of the best. Maybe the hottest girl. I need the hottest girl. Well, that hottest girl has like 20 other guys trying to get in her pants just like you. So the thing we need to do is start screening girls. You need to be testing women. Don't let them test you. They love to test, okay? That's their thing. They love testing guys, okay? Don't let them test you. You need to be testing them, putting them in their place, making sure they're on their toes. You got to keep them on their toes, okay? Because the minute they know they've got you, they're going to take you for granted, drag you through the dirt, treat you like you're worthless. That's what they do. The minute they know they've got you, they're going to start talking to other guys, trying to get him too, trying to get another guy, then another guy. They want like 20 guys at once. That's what they want. That's what actually they want. The good girls though, the ones who are actually really good girls, are the ones who know you only need one man. Like one good man. And the guys know too. All the successful men, they only need one girl who supports them and is loyal, which is like unheard of nowadays. Women are like, loyalty? What the hell is that? And so are guys. It's not just women. They're like, I need to talk to 7 girls at once. And then girls are doing the same exact thing. So society's like destroyed by social media and all these other aspects where people don't feel like people aren't loyal anymore. And it's like hard to find a girl that's actually loyal nowadays. So if you find a girl like that, she's a keeper. Looks are not the most important thing. I would know. Looks are not the most important thing. She could be the most beautiful girl, but her insides are just disgusting. And once you get to know her, you're going to feel disgusting. Because just because she's beautiful on the outside doesn't mean she's gorgeous on the inside, right? So we need to remember that. It's terrible nowadays. The real special girls are the girls who know they only need one guy. And when you find a girl that can give you 100% and not talk to a bunch of other guys and keep their options open, you are amazing. You are fucking amazing. And don't let any girl, like, by her body language or anything, try to tell you otherwise. And any girl that's watching, you are amazing. You guys can't let other people's opinions influence you. You gotta have your own influence from within. You gotta self-validate. It's so important, gentlemen. We can't be out here seeking all this external validation. It's just so unhealthy when you're living from approval of others. Like, yeah, I want you guys to like me, but honestly, I don't give a shit. I don't really care at all. I got my own life going on. I love me. That's all that matters. And that's how you guys need to be. You love yourself, and that's all that matters. And no girl's gonna display, like, just because a pretty girl doesn't want to talk to you or something, that don't mean anything. She could have a boyfriend. She could have problems at home. There could be a bunch of other reasons why this girl rejected you or wasn't feeling you. Just move on. There's plenty of fish in the sea. And I want you guys to understand that a 10 doesn't just mean, oh, a 10 in looks. Like, yeah, looks are important, but a personality is way more important to me, I believe. A personality is like one of the most important things. Because how are you going to live with a beautiful girl if she's a terrible person, sleeping with like a bunch of different guys, trying to keep her options open, and if she can't commit to you? If she can't give you 100%, go hit the fucking road. That's how I feel. You guys deserve a woman or a significant other who gives you 100%, not 50%, not 33%, because she's talking to 2 other guys and she wants to give you each 1/3. She wants to give you a third, you a third, and you a third. No. You deserve a woman or significant other that gives you 100%. And I implore you to fight for what you want. Find that special girl. And actually, and don't be so shallow. Like I said earlier in the video, just because she's a 10 in looks doesn't mean she's a 10 overall. Because if she has a bad personality and she's a shitty person, you're not going to want to get to know this girl. Even though you're infatuated with her looks, she's going to treat you like dirt, treat you terribly, and you're not going to be happy. You're going to be miserable. So I just want you guys to think about this concept, because we can't be out here chasing external validation like women. Like, that's all they do. When I go on TikTok or Instagram, that even though I barely go on because I hate social media, all I see is girls on TikTok like shaking their ass, trying to get views and likes just from shaking their ass. Like they're not going to school or anything. They're just shaking their ass on a video camera. And guys are like, nice. Like, but those aren't the girls you want to fucking grow old with, okay? Those aren't the girls you want long-term relationship with, guys, I promise. So I had to get this video out of here because consistency is way more important than we think, and we got to incorporate it into our daily lives. And I'm not just talking about a 20-second short video of you riding your fucking Peloton. No, I'm talking about consistently, day in, putting in work, grinding your ass off, actually trying to grow, not just half-assing everything. Chasing external validation will bring you nowhere but to unhappiness. We are not women, so we cannot be chasing external validation like women. Do you understand? We're men. We self-validate off our business, off of us. Nothing else gives us validation. That's how it should be. But when you start trying to get approval, seeking approval from women who you don't even know, these girls are manipulative, and they will manipulate the shit out of you. They'll be like, oh, you're my king, baby. And then they'll be talking to 3 other guys, going on a hike with another guy. Guys, the minute you tell this girl that, like, you're so in love with her, she's gonna be like, check, got his ass. Okay, who's next? What about that guy who's a colleague? Let me go for a hike with him. I mean, I got a boyfriend. I mean, I'm talking to some guy I have a great connection with, but let me go for a hike with this colleague. Pick a fucking guy, ladies. I mean, I understand you're trying to keep your options open, but pick a guy, because if you're keeping your options open, you know he's keeping his options open. Simple as can be. Stop chasing external validation. We as men must self-validate. And I do self-validate, and I'm passing it on to you guys so you understand. Stop seeking approval from outside sources. Like, yeah, you can want people to like you, but you gotta like yourself first. You gotta love yourself. And that is so important. You gotta self-validate, gentlemen. I love you, bros. And let's remember, be grateful. And let's also focus on choosing to be happy. That's a new thing. Let's choose to be happy. I was just finishing up Tony Robbins' new book, Life Force, and great book, by the way, but what I wanted to talk really about is choosing happiness. Choosing to live in a beautiful state, as Tony would say. Choosing to live in a beautiful state. A lot of people are all overrun by their emotions, and they can't control their emotions. This is like a female thing. You just can't control your emotions. Women are emotional. They can flip like that, right? But as men, we are able to control our emotions way better than women. And we need to control our emotions. When we practice choosing to be happy for example, I was laying out by the pool looking at a beautiful sunrise today, and I was like, for some reason that made me happy because I'm simple. I'm like a simple guy. A beautiful sunrise will make my day. That's how it needs to be. You guys gotta choose happiness. It's not gonna find you. You can't just wait around and be like, one day I'll be happy. Yep. One day when I find that special girl and she's a billionaire, I'll be super happy and I don't have to work. I can just sit home and play fucking Xbox all day and she can just pay the bills. Then I'll be happy. No. You gotta choose to be happy, choose to live in a beautiful state, and that's when you're gonna start improving in your life. That's when you're gonna get such extraordinary results that you're gonna be like, shit, I need to be happy all the time. I need to choose to be happy all the time. Because when you're happy, the grass is greener, the sun's brighter. You love talking, you love being social, but when you're unhappy, you want to be a recluse and don't want to talk to anybody. I would know. I used to get bullied for being fat, and I let it take over my whole self-worth, and I hated myself for all of high school. I hated myself for the longest time until I went, something happened. I went through a massive transformation, and I stopped getting validation from other people's approval. And I said, I'm only going to get validation from myself. I'm only going to self-validate. This is what you guys need to do. So focus on choosing happiness. And it's hard in this world we're in now. Everything's so intense. Everything's so serious. But that's why it's so important to choose happiness, because the world's traumatized from what we've been through. So we need to choose our emotion, choose happiness. And this is when you guys are going to take off. you guys are going to grow so much and keep growing that you're going to be like, Matt was right about this. Matt was right about this. I know I'm right about it because I've been through it, guys. I've been through it. I'm just relaying what I've been through so you guys don't have to go through the same thing. All right. I love you. Choose happiness, guys.